Smoke rises over the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant in southeastern Ukraine. Explosions echo across the region. The International Atomic Energy Agency confirms what many have feared: another strike near Europe's largest nuclear facility, this time involving artillery shelling and drones. Well, could this be the most dangerous escalation yet in the war between Russia and Ukraine? Located in Enohoda, Ukraine, the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant, capable of powering over 20% of Ukraine's electricity needs, is once again at the center of a global anxiety. The IAEA's monitoring team stationed on site reported hearing multiple blasts and seeing smoke rise from a facility just 1,200 meters from the plant's perimeter. That site, an auxiliary building, was struck by a combination of drone and artillery fire. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi didn't mince words. Quote, "Any attack in the vicinity of a nuclear power plant poses potential risks also for nuclear safety and must be avoided." He again called for maximum military restraint, but that call seems to fall on deaf ears. Well, let's be clear, this isn't a one-time event. Since Russian forces seized the Zaporizhzhia facility in March 2022, the site has been heavily militarized. Weapons are stored inside technical buildings. Military hardware shares space with control centers designed to prevent the nuclear meltdown. All 6 reactors were shut down by the end of 2022 and remain in cold shutdown. But the danger still looms. The plant has seen everything from sniper fire and power cuts to drone overflights and targeted strikes. The August 2 attack is just the latest in a string of high-stakes incidents, highlighting just how thin the line is between a strategic war zone and a catastrophic nuclear disaster. So far, the IAEA confirms no radiation spikes, no breach of reactor safety, but visible smoke from the auxiliary facility and continued shelling keeps international observers on an edge. Experts warn it's not just about what has happened, it's about what could happen next. Is the war going nuclear? Well, not in the way you might think. There's credible indication that Russia or Ukraine is preparing to use nuclear weapons. But what is happening could be even more insidious: a nuclear blackmail. By occupying the plant, Russia achieves 3 things. It holds on to a strategic energy resource that could one day be redirected to power Russian-controlled territory. It keeps Europe and Ukraine in a constant state of anxiety. No one can predict the next strike. It implicitly threatens a regional environmental disaster, using fear to limit the Western involvement. The world is watching. The United States and European Union have issued fresh condemnations. Their response has remained consistent, demanding Russian forces vacate the plant and return it to the Ukrainian civil control, supporting IAEA monitors with funding and diplomatic cover, running nuclear contingency drills, and stockpiling iodine in case of a radiological fallout. But make no mistake, the West is walking on a fine line. The focus is on diplomacy and containment, not military retaliation. The IAEA continues its difficult mission, stationed inside a war zone, trying to keep watch over one of the most sensitive sites in the world. Their presence has so far helped avoid catastrophe, but they're not miracle workers. One wrong move, one missile off target, and the consequences could spread across the borders in hours. This is less about a nuclear bomb and more about a nuclear trap. Russia doesn't need to fire a missile to spread fear. It just needs to maintain control of Zaporizhzhia, keep the tensions high, and let the threat linger. European nations are not taking chances. Civil defense protocols have been updated. Populations near Ukraine's borders are being educated about the nuclear fallout. The world is bracing but hoping not to face the worst-case scenario. The explosions near Zaporizhzhia on August 2 serve as a grim reminder. This war isn't just about territory, it's about the future of safety, energy, and survival in a nuclear-armed world. While the reactors remain safe for now, the risk grows with every passing day of conflict. What will it take to demilitarize Zaporizhzhia? How close are we to disaster? And can international institutions act fast enough to prevent the unthinkable? Well, stay informed and subscribe to TFI Global for such geopolitical deep dives.